Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. So, here we are again. I'm on my dinner. The sun is shining. Let's see what we can do. So, what have I got? I have got ta-da, 2 top arms, which I was missing, and a hub. As you can see, that's out, and that's out. So, need to. The idea is to clean these 2 parts up. Not got a mask with today, but I have got other PPE because it does fly about. So that selection of these again, and the good old drill. So yeah, let's set you up and show you what I'm doing. So got a bit more in my workshop today. Good old vice and a workbench. If my boss is watching, I found this just over there in the bushes. So yeah, so let's get the good old PPE on. Dinner. I think we'll do these top arms first. Steering arms, sorry. I'll keep going with top arms. Right then, I was hoping that was going to be a bit more successful. I took you off time lapse because it's boring, cleaning parts. I brought a drill that had half a battery and a battery that had no charge. So there you go. So they do need a bit more cleaning up. They are becoming clean though, but they do need another go over. And again, the hub is cleaner. I've got like most of the grime off of it. It just needs a good run over to get it all nice and smooth. One thing I will say is, like that. That on there, them bolts that bolt that into there, holy shit, they were tight. Wow, I can't believe how tight they actually were. I had to bar them off. And all you're worried about is breaking them, because I thought if I snap these in this in this hub, I swear I'm gonna lose it. So again, I won't just put this one out because, you know, we need more content. So what I'll do is recharge the batteries and we'll have another go, and then we'll see if we can get these cleaned up, painted, and when we can start fitting them timkin bearings. Oh, one other thing I want to say as well while I'm thinking about it is the old wheel bearings were timkins in these, because I've got another one at home, a driver's one, but I'm going to use mine. But they were timkin bearings, but they've been put in, the grease they'd used was copper grease, absolutely caked in copper grease, which really does surprise me. So yeah, so copper grease, some people think grease is grease, so hey ho, and I did up until a couple of years ago. So I'll leave that there for now, and then I'll come back when it's either evening or another day. Right then, back home, and I have give the parts another wire wheel with the drill, and I've also given them a coat of etch primer. They're drying over there behind my shoulder, that's why I keep pointing over there. So what I'm going to do now is something. So this is a pedal box, yeah? What's a pedal box? Off of a non-servo car. So my Mini is a servo, and this is non-servo now, as you can see. I bought this from Parts Fair last year, so this is how long I've been planning this and had this. So yeah, so I plan on cleaning up all the threads and rust, just giving it all a good going over, the pedals and everything like that, and let's see if we can clean this up, because this needs to go in the car. So what I want to try is something that Randy keeps He absolutely loves these nylon wheels. I'm not too sold on them, but we're going to see if it will clean this up. If not, I'll get the white wheels out. Let's try it. It's barely touching it, so sack that off. And what have we got here? White wheel. I'll bring you back once all this has been cleaned. Right. It's been a long time since the last video, been about a week or so. As you can see, I look like a Yeti because one of the worst decisions of my life was not getting a haircut before they went into lockdown. But there you go. So I think what I said is, after I stripped apart and cleaned all these parts, I was going to paint them, and I've painted them. So that's them. That's the hub stone, and I've also cleaned and painted that up as well, the non-servo pedal box. So that's all done now. It had some horrible rip speed chaff spec pedal covers on. Anyway, from that gone. Anyway, so what we need to do now is we need to fit my Timkin wheel bearings into these hubs. So what I've done is I've gone round and just cleaned inside there of any paint or anything, and to install them I'm using that, which is Mol 20 high performance grease. I've used this on the Fiesta. It's got really good ratings, and it's Miller's as well, and I'm a massive fan of Miller's. I'm really good customer service, by the way. Spoken to them a few times. So yeah, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put a full hub, well, I'm going to put both hubs together. We're going to film one and then show you them both with the magic of editing. I'm going to show you both of them done. So I'll bring the camera in and you can have a look at what I'm up to. Right then, I've been wearing gloves and I'm still covered in shit. I've done one. Let's see if I can show you the second one. Right, so this is what you get in your kit. So you get front oil seal, split pin, rear oil seal. As you can tell, it's got a little ridge on it, which is for the water seal or water clip, whatever you want to call it. You'll get a little spacer. Now, again, people are saying, some people say fit, some people don't. It came out, so it's going back in. And then you'll get these. Now, there is no front and back to these, so I've been told, but there is a match. They are matched. That's the whole point of these Timkin ones. So make sure you don't mix them up. And then you've got your little, again, spacer ring, I presume, but everything is etched with a number on it. So yeah, so let's see if I can show you how to do this. What are we going to do first? I think we'll do rear first. So again, you want to put some grease on the outside of that, and then some grease just on that lip there. You can hear her growling. That's my dog barking at trees. Right, so the writing goes face down, so nobody can ever tell it's a Timkin bearing ever again until they take it out. And then what I have found or what advice I was given is, well, first of all, what I did is I got the old one and just sort of, oh, good state of me hammer, just tapped it home to make sure it's pretty level. Okay, get in there, this one. And then once it's pretty level, Mini Tom, I'm going to buy a new one of these, mate. So I'll PM you and I'll order you one off Mini Mime tonight, mate, because I've been using this because that fits perfectly at the centre there. And I don't know if the camera's going to take this, so let's see. So when I get it, it's going in a bit funny. Use the socket actually, so and once that starts going in true, starts really disappearing in there, and as you can hear, that pitch change there means that it's home. So what we do, just whip it out. Oh, it's not home yet. I thought it was. Just give it a couple more. And I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick that up, but it's all the way home now. So that's in. Switch it round and angle it like that, and then again keeping your bearings separate. So again, we're gonna just run like that. A bit of grease on there, a bit of grease in here just to get it home. Oh, nearly. Writing down again, Alex. Look at that. Fucking hell. Lovely. So that's gone in flush there, and again that pitch change, so hopefully, is it? Yep. You probably can't see, but that is all the way home. Superb. So what we'll do now is we will put the rear bearing in. So when it comes to greasing these, as you can hear there, that's the rattle. We want rid of that rattle completely. So put your 2 fingers in and just absolutely cake this in grease. I've seen a lot of people do this and they put grease on, but they don't cake it. There might be a perfectly good reason for that. I might be doing this wrong, so don't follow me. But the way I see it is, how many revolutions is your wheel going to be doing? You do not want this failing. These are timkin bearings, they're expensive as it is. So just roll all the rollers through, get it absolutely hammered with grease. It'll also help it hold in there while you're working on it. So yeah, let's have a look. I don't think I was a fan of just multi-purpose grease does everything, but that's not, I don't think that's true anymore, because when I took the old ones out, they absolutely stunk. They like burnt almost. So look at that, all them rollers now are absolutely covered in grease. Don't want any shiny bits at all. There we go. And you just pop that in there, that just sits there. Then you use this little spacer, which funny enough is thinner than the old one. You see that there, but anyhow. And just pop that in there. That's in there. Oh, you can see my fat belly in this. Anyway, that does go in the centre, but I do that when I put the front on. I tell you what, on the other one I had an absolute ball ache with this seal, but I think I've worked it out. Certainly for the front, it might be a bit more difficult for the rear. Let's have a look. What you'll find is it keeps, you can't see in there at all I don't think, but it keeps popping out. So what I'm going to try and do, you're probably all screaming at me now, but I'm going to try and... Right. Oh. Oh. Oh, Jesus. It's nearly home. Nearly. Put that on there. And that. Protect that. That's just a recipe for disaster. Jesus. You're probably all screaming going, there's a way to do that, there's a way to do that. Well, it's so close. Right, I'll pause it there and I'll come back when I'm actually getting some progress. Ah, not too bad. I didn't have to pause it in the end. It went in. Lovely. So, flip it back over. And again, let's get the front bearing now. Again, I do not want to see any shiny bits, any writing on these. I want these to be absolutely caked in grease. I know you get a little pack of grease. Do you with the Timkins? Oh, I don't think you do actually. I don't think you do with the Timkins. I've seen the cheaper version. I think you get a little pack of grease, but I don't know if it was that has been used previously, but it stunk. It smelled really burnt. And obviously, like I said, the revolutions per minute, RPMs, that your wheels are doing, you want to make sure that these things are not grinding on each other or anything like that. So a good quality grease and lots of it is what I recommend. Let's just check them rollers. There we go. Oh, before we do that, let's pop in the spacer. Oh, why not put some grease on that as well? Just hold it in place anyway. And that just sits in. And this one now doesn't have a ridge on it, so again we'll just use a bit of grease. Much easier to work on the front side of this than it is the rear, because obviously you don't have that big ridge to stop you from getting in with tools and hammers and stuff like that. And then just tap that home. Use that. These are so tight. going. And nearly there. So, oh no! That got stuck then. And then, last but not least, is this little water seal. Ta-da! Fucking genius I am. Ball ache. Massive, massive ball ache. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to clean these hubs up a bit. And then we're going to go and fit the ball joints.